Let me ask you a question. What if you could become convinced that Christianity was not the truth? What if they could prove to you that the Bible was a book of lies, that your spiritual experiences were based on psychological and physiological things, that even the resurrection was a fraud? Would you still believe in Jesus? You see, most of us were raised with the idea that no matter what kind of facts come against us, no matter what the world might throw at us, that we were still to be convinced that Jesus is the way. But is that really the kind of Christianity that Jesus wants us to hang on to? An ignorant and blind Christianity, not accepting any other facts from the outside. Jesus himself said, "I am the way, the truth, and the life." He associated himself as equivalent to the truth. You know what that means for us? That means that we can seek the truth, capital T, with all of our heart, with all of our energies, and we can be comfortable to let Jesus prove himself true. This is so important for us because there's three different kinds of bases for belief. The first one is traditional comfortability. Now, this is the kind of belief that is inherited from our parents. Sometimes just our culture convinces us of what we can believe, and we never really challenge our faith. It's the kind of faith that says, I may be wrong, and therefore I'm not extremely convinced of what I believe. The second is extreme ignorance. Now, this is the kind of belief that won't accept any kind of challenges, any kind of doubts from the outside. It's the kind of faith and belief that says, I know I'm not wrong. Therefore, I won't challenge my beliefs, and therefore I'm convinced of what I believe. And the third type of basis for belief, the third type of foundation, and I believe this is the most important and the correct one, and that is a radical seeking. This is a hunger and willingness to gain the truth, no matter where that road may lead. It's just like Jesus taught us with the pearl of great price. He said you should go and buy a field, sell everything that you have to buy that one field if you know the pearls in that one field. And we've got to sell all and be willing to dig and to find the truth and be comfortable and confident that Jesus will show himself to be the truth. It's the kind of faith that says I'm humble enough to realize that I may believe something's wrong. Therefore, I will earnestly and eagerly seek the truth. Therefore, I can be convinced of what I believe. You see, this world will never come to Christ. People will never see our sincerity unless we can become thoroughly convinced and thoroughly humble all at the same time. You see, those who are in traditional comfortability, they're never going to be bold enough to share their faith in Jesus because they're never convinced of what they really believe. Those who are in extreme ignorance, they're convinced, but they're never going to be able to persuade anyone because they've never opened themselves up to the doubts and the questions about Christianity. So they'll never be able to associate with unbelievers who have those kind of doubts. But those who are radical seekers can identify with the doubts, can identify with the questions. We can side with those who have an earnest desire to find God in that reality because we desire to find God in that reality. And we can share with them how convinced we are that God in Jesus Christ has shown himself, has proven himself to us over and over again. Jesus himself said, if you don't believe my message, at least believe the evidence of the miracles themselves. Paul said when he was talking to the Corinthians, I came to you not with wise and persuasive words, but with demonstrations of power, so that your faith might not be based on man's wisdom, but on God's power. What is he saying there? He's saying faith must be based on something else. Faith must be based on the power of God. Faith must be based on the truth that is revealed through the Holy Spirit. So if the question is, do we need proof? My answer is absolutely. And we can find the proof and the evidence through God, through his word, through the experiences and the power that he gives us. This is the message of hope that we need to share with people. This is the kingdom of heaven coming to earth when we become fully convinced because we're humble enough to realize we need to seek the truth. Become truth seekers with me, friends. And prophetically, I just want to share one thing, and that is I believe over this next week, many of you are going to have challenges. If you listen to this, you're going to have challenges against your faith, and this was a timely word for you to come against those challenges. Not to just ignore them, but to embrace the kind of challenges and doubts that come against you. To seek in the Word. Now, don't go halfway with this. You need to seek out the truth in the Word. Seek out God and let Him reveal Himself to you. Because not only will He convince you of what you believe, but you'll be able to be a true light shiner to those around you because you've experienced the doubts that they have themselves. And you can show them that the truth is in Jesus. God bless you, and we'll talk to you soon.